What's up, everyone? It's Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, SVG has won yet again. It is the summer of Shane Van Gisbergen. What is this, 2011 CM Punk? Because he's absolutely dominating. His third win this year, and he's already breaking records. Just insanity. And oh, by the way, for the first time in 14 years, the Red Bull car returns to victory lane in the NASCAR Cup Series, the last being Kasey Kahne, Phoenix 2011. Wow, what a dominating performance. I think this was the most laps led by a winner at Sonoma. I think he might have broken Jeff Gordon's record for the late 90s. Could be tripping on that. Just remarkable stuff. Mexico City. Then he goes out there and wins the Chicago Street Race. Now he has Sonoma. And there's still Watkins Glen. And he almost won Watkins Glen last year until, you know, the final lap with Chris Buescher. So, remarkable stuff. I tell you what. It's pretty special to watch a driver this darn good at road course racing. I remember when Marcus Ambrose was the guy, then AJ Allmendinger for many years. And not that Allmendinger's not good, it's just SVG is clearly on another level in terms of this, just the discipline to drive these cars. It's special to watch, and he has a legitimate shot in the playoffs. He's the third seed right now in the playoffs. If he just doesn't have an issue in the first round, he's going to make it because someone's going to screw up. Someone's going to have a penalty. They're going to lose a bunch of points. And if you get into the round of 12 with the Charlotte Roval, there's a lot of opportunity for SVG to potentially make the round of 8. This is pretty special to watch. Make sure to pre-order that Red Bull diecast, the race to win. They're going to be offering it most likely 164 and 124, and fans rejoice. Red Bull diecasts are in stock right now at Circle B Diecast. Pick up the Connor Zilic 164. It is here. The 124 should be dropping decently soon. Of course, the SVG 164 scale diecast, that one will be dropping probably next week or the week after it. So go ahead, tap in, pick up the hottest diecast of 2025, that being the Trackhouse Red Bull cars. And they also had a whole bunch of new releases this week of 164s. I think it was like 10 to 15 of them, give or take. I made a video on that. You can check out all the newest stuff. So let's talk more about Sonoma right now. And I tell you what a fantastic showing in terms of just how great he is at road course racing. There wasn't a lot of battles for the lead that actually led to lead changes. Everybody just showed up trying to beat SVG in that 88 car. Just couldn't do it. They couldn't pass him. I mean, you literally had to wreck him to pretty much win this race, or, flip-flop the stage just to get the lead. In terms of the overall event, it was a little bit better than I expected. It's the next-gen era at Sonoma. Temper your expectations. It's not Gen 5 or Gen 6, but it was fun. Sometimes, even though a driver is dominating an event, it's still fascinating to watch, right? And I enjoyed it. There was a couple of wrecks here and there. We did have some tire strategy at the end, but we also had some strategy with the in-season tournament. And let me tell you, it's actually really fun to watch, the in-season tournament. Ty Dillon advances again. And you know what's interesting about Ty Dillon is for years I've heard just a ton of different, let's just say, less than positive things about him. Look what he's doing in the Cup Series, man. I'm telling you, this cat doesn't get nowhere near enough credit. Shout out Ty Dillon. Keep it going, man. Love to see it. He's in the Final Four for the in-season tournament. I think he's going against Nemechek. So as long as he just doesn't blow up at Dover and can get a top 10, it's going to probably guarantee him an advancement. Nemechek has been running a whole lot better than he was last year, so we'll see how that shakes out. I think the other two was, I know Tyler Reddick was one of them, and I forget the other one. I didn't pay too much attention to it at the end because I wanted to get this video going. So that's going to be fun. And another point I want to make about the in-season challenge or tournament, whichever you want to coin it as, a lot of people seem to find it interesting. And I said this in last week's video, I would not be surprised the little tournament in-season thing could potentially be a format or elements taken from it for the playoffs in the future. Because there's been a lot of discussion about a revamp for the playoffs. If they were to take something similar, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying they should. I'm just keeping it real. NASCAR is always known, they've always been known to experiment with different features in the sport, whether it's the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, or something at an all-star race, and then in the years later they would actually implement it, whether it's 2 different tire compounds, whether it was, the caution clock back in the Truck Series, which eventually was modified in the stage racing format. I wouldn't be surprised this is something we see in the years to come. Don't know if that'd be a good thing or not, but just keeping it real. The next race is going to be at Dover. I'm excited for that. I love Dover. I miss when they had 2 race dates. The last time they raced Dover in this portion of the schedule, I want to say it was 2020, and it was early August, I think. So that's going to be the first time we're going to have a Dover race in the middle of summer, I believe, since 2020. And I don't know how that's going to affect, because the next-gen car has yet to race Dover in, these temperatures. So maybe we'll get some really exciting tire strategies. Who knows? Comment down below what y'all thought of today's Sonoma race. Just so cool to see SVG winning that Red Bull car. That was pretty cool. I did pick SVG last week. Lowest of hanging fruit, by the way, so I don't get any credit for any correct picks. Just going to give it to God because I don't deserve it. I picked SVG again. Again, lowest hanging fruit. He wins again. It is the summer of SVG. It's remarkable what he's doing in the NASCAR Cup Series, and he's the best right now in the sport in terms of road course racing, street course racing. It's remarkable. Like, Chase Elliott, if you were to ask an average NASCAR fan in 2020 who's the best road course racer, the statistics were pretty darn clear. It was Chase Elliott. He was winning the Rovals, the Watkins Glens. He couldn't win at Sonoma. He almost won today. He had a great shot at it. But now I'm like, this dude, this 88 car is at a whole new level, man. It's fun to watch. So we have Dover coming up. Then we have the Brickyard 400, which is going to be fun. One little critique I do want to make about the TNT broadcast that kind of bugged me a little bit. On the last lap, they went full screen to a battle for 5th for like 30 to 40% of the lap. It's the final lap of the race. I really want to see the leaders, even though I already know who's going to win most likely. That was one little thing that I think could have been done better. And another feature I would like to see that NBC does a remarkable job with their playoff coverage, when they're at a finale, or not a finale, but a cutoff race, whether it's Martinsville, the Roval, or whatever, and you have drivers that are about to be eliminated and they're battling for position, NBC will usually do like a 4-screen box, right? So they'll have the leaders going to the stripe. You'll have the one battle for a driver trying not to get eliminated. He has to pass 1 or 2 cars, X, Y, and Z. And they'll have all 4 of them on the screen at once. I think TNT should have done something like that with the in-season tournament, because I had no idea Ty Dillon and Alex Bowman were going to be racing each other hard in the final corner until after the race was over when they showed it. So that was a missed opportunity, in my opinion, to have. They could have had a box that had the Bowman and Ty Dillon situation, Nemechek and Eric Jones. I mean, they were actually all close to each other. Why didn't they go to a multicam thing? I can't, I don't know, explain why. Because NBC does that a lot. But there's definitely a difference between Amazon Prime's coverage and TNT. There's just a much more polished product with Amazon compared to TNT. So I really want to see them fix that. If you're going to build up the tournament challenge thing, go to a multi-box. I'm not trying to harp on it, but that's a fair critique, I think. Regardless, though, love to see the pre- and post-race. That's good stuff. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And, of course, make sure you use that promo code at @CircleDiecast for all your newest Diecast purchases. Use code Diecastbuffet. You can save on shipping, fellas. Another Diecast haul coming in soon. Going to be excited. Stay tuned for that. Have a blessed one. Diecastbuffet. Signing off.